What's up, everybody, and welcome to the cook-in. We apologize for that brief technical difficulties there, but we're here. It's the Paella party, and we're excited to be here with you guys. We have a great guest today. We appreciate you guys for tapping in and supporting us, and always understand that when you support Last Supper Society, you're supporting the community. 10% of proceeds this week go to the Greater Sacramento Boys and Girls Club. They're doing amazing things in the community, and we'll jump back and talk a little bit more about them with our guest. But before we get into that, we want to let you guys know what we're sipping on. So my boy Chris Sinclair from Good Bottle is going to help us out with that. Let us know. What's up, Chris?
Thank you. Table that white space.
Okay, okay. Okay. For Lonnie. We don't have for Lonnie. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's do it. Okay, okay. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. Take it all off. Oh, yeah. Done. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Got it. Lean it down. Lean it up. I feel like all these, I got fake muscles right now. I got fake muscles right now. Okay. Boom. Pull out.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers, Chris.
Thanks for tapping in, brother.
That was the sip. I hope everybody has a beautiful glass of something nice to pour up and sip on now. Without further ado, we are going to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, who we call the unofficial official mayor of Sacramento. This dude is a personal friend of mine. I'm lucky to call him a friend. He is somebody who really stepped up for our community, raising money for downtown and local businesses while the world seemed like it was falling apart. This is my personal friend, BRYAN Washington. Unmute yourself, my guy, and tap in with the people. What's up? We're good, man. Baby. Welcome to the cook-in, bro. Cheers, man. I know you don't drink, but
today has been an uphill battle.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I'll send it to you right now, Abs.
Yeah, we'll send it to you right now.
I'm getting bubbles and booby, yes.
We're saying we can't hear Brian.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting levels, which is crazy. I'm trying to.
Speakers muted.
Absolutely. Gotta see what that's like. Let's tell the people, everybody knows you. We know everybody in the city knows you, but let's tell the people who don't. Introduce yourself, what you do, and a little bit about also the Boys and Girls Club also.
We gotta cut. The audio's not working. We have to cut that. The audio's not working. Yeah. So get him out of there.
Facebook. So it was a place where we could go and at least myself, my cousins, friends, could go learn how to play sports, learn camaraderie, be around other kids in the community, and then also learn about Boys and Girls Clubs. Super instrumental in my youth.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. And I apologize. I think some people missed what you just said there, and that was beautifully said. So we might have you come back to that. Everybody, give us a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear Abs well now. Please let us know. But tell us a little bit about the Powered by the People campaign that got popping. Share a little bit about that as well.
So the Powered by the People campaign started in the light of the movement after the protest.
Audio and
George Floyd's murder. There was unrest in the city. There was damage done to small businesses, and for me, I felt like there was something that that can be done there. Like I was fortunate enough to not have my business destroyed at all. So having friends who own businesses here in town, I felt that it would be incumbent upon me because of the support that I received to go out and be there for people who couldn't be there themselves. Stood outside my friends' businesses and other people who maybe I didn't know, just frequent their business like them. Trying my best to protect businesses that I could. Businesses that were damaged, we went out. We were able to raise close to $30,000.
Wow.
We took that money and we put all of that money back into the community by helping businesses who had again suffered damage, by giving them money to fix those damages, and also, just recently we helped feed 170 frontline workers at Sutter. So we're very happy about the Powered by the People campaign and what we were able to accomplish in such a very short time.
Beautiful. I appreciate you. You already know that, but I want to make sure I say that again, and all you do for everyone, keeping people healthy, and then stepping up and standing in the gap and also stepping up and being out there protesting peacefully and being a leader on that end as well too. Now I know everybody's hungry. We got a late start, so we're about to get into this paella party. Like always, I'm gonna get out of the way. I'm gonna kick it with you guys in the chat. I'm gonna leave it to Abs and B to get this paella popping. You got your pans ready. We got the seafood ready. Cheers. Thank you guys for bearing with us. All love. We will get a little bit more about the Boys and Girls Club because I know some people missed that, and that was beautiful audio. So I'll tap in with you guys later.
Cheers. Thanks, Ryan. And also thank you everybody out there. Today, let me just tell you about today. Today has been a very interesting day. Probably one of the more uphill battles that we've had since we started the last episode. It seemed like at every single turn, there was like somebody's waiting for me to punch me right in the face. I'm happy to say though that we have passed all the corners with all the face punching, and we're gonna do good right from right now on. And we're gonna get this thing started. We're making paella. This is dope. Super awesome dish. I talked to Abs on the phone before all this, and he told me that his favorite dish is paella, and I thought, what better way to represent this guy than with his favorite dish? So let's just get right into it, you guys. I'm ready to go on this thing. If you read the instructions, you should know that you should already have warmed up your stock or your shrimp stock, and you should already have cleaned your mussels, right? So, and pick through them. Look through your mussels and clams and make sure none of them are open. If they're open, that means they're dead, unfortunately. These are living creatures still to this point. So if they're dead, that means they've released all the seawater that they were holding in, which is a big part of the flavor in this dish. So if they're open, just get rid of them, just toss them. I gave you guys a few extras, so it shouldn't be a problem. I think that's it. I rinsed off my shrimp. I rinsed off my scallops. That little liquid that you guys saw on the bottom of the containers, these actually came from Argentina, previously frozen. So that liquid that was in the bottom of the container was just a runoff from them defrosting or thawing. So we wanted to get that rinsed off. We don't want that in our food. So hopefully you guys got to that point too. Uh-oh, I'm gonna lose this table here. Okay, without further ado, let's get through our ingredients, guys. Hey, Ryan, can you help me with this table right here? Sure. I think it's gonna... First thing, so typically in Spain, when you're having paella, they use a type of rice called bomba, or flor, which is a specific type of bomba. Really what it is round rice. So, it's not as easy to find here. I would have had a special order from a very far place away. It's very expensive. So a good alternative that we're gonna use is arborio rice. Just fine. We don't want to use anything medium grain or long grain. The great thing about short and round rice is that they absorb like 3 times more water than long grain or short grain rice. So it's very important in this cooking process, and we will get back to more of that later. Shrimp stock should already be in the pot warming up. We just want to keep that super low. I have mine on literally on low. It just needs to stay warm because we don't want to add cold stock into our hot paella pan. Number 3. Our massive shrimps. These are from down south, Argentina, Patagonia to be specific. They actually have more of a flavor closer to like lobster or like langoustine, in my opinion. Super interesting stuff. I left the heads on for you guys. If that freaks you out, you can pull them off. But I would like to leave them on just because that head actually has a lot of flavor in there that is gonna be released into the paella. And if you are really daring, you can suck out the flavor as well. What else? You got half an onion, simple yellow onion, some garlic, nothing crazy there. Romano beans, 'tis the season. Love using these during the summertime, early mid-summertime. Those will be out soon, so let's make sure we get those in there. And then my spice blend, here it is. Woo! Okay, so what's in the spice blend, guys? Let's talk about it. So what's in here is, first, if you just shake it around, you'll see your saffron threads are in there. Can we get a little close-up on that? Oh, that camera goes crazy. Wow. Saffron threads in there, guys. We also have some smoked paprika, which isn't typical to Spanish paella. It's kind of my take on it. And then some actual Spanish sweet or mild paprika is also in there. And then to give it another layer of depth, I added some Espelette chili as well. So this is like more than we even need, but you guys can use your discretion when we're using this. If you want it to be full of flavor, and I mean, smell this stuff, it's gonna taste like that as well. So you wanna have a lot of flavor in there, you can use the whole thing. If not, you could use half, totally at your discretion. Next up, you got some parsley. We'll chop that up, simple. You got some clams from Manila, and some mussels from Prince Edward Islands. That's what PEI stands for. Last but not least, an heirloom tomato. This is called a cherry wine tomato. And I purposely picked out some tomatoes that are a little bit underripe because, first of all, we are going to turn half of it into tomato paste. Second of all, we're going to cook the tomato, so it's nicer to have like an underripe tomato. It's got a little bit more body to it, a little bit more texture to hold up to that intense cooking process. Woo! Okay, so moving on to the equipment. We have our paella pan. Some of you guys got 10-inch pans. Some of you guys got 12 or 13-inch pans. I'm rocking with a 10-inch pan. We may need to adjust cooking times based on pan size, but we'll get to that when we get through the cooking process. Really what I think is going to happen is the larger pan is going to cook a little bit faster. The thing about paella pans that makes them so special is the size of it, right? The diameter of it. So we want a wide pan because that liquid is going to evaporate out faster as opposed to it being in a short, tall pot. The liquid will evaporate at a more rapid rate when it's all spread out in this wide pan. So super important cooking utensil. If you don't have one, I mean, you could use whatever, dude. I mean, you could use, you could just get it. You could just get it how you live. Really what you need is something flat, wide. I mean, even this would work, guys. A pot pan like this. It would be fine. No big deal. Okay? It just needs to be flat, wide, and have some sort of wall on it. Those are the important parts. But if you caught the paella pan, shout out to you. You're doing it the right way. I'm going to take, there's a sticker on the bottom, guys, too, so just in case.
Chef,
Yes. Talk to me.
Alyssa's mussels are open, and she said, is it unsafe to eat those?
The only reason that it would be unsafe to consume an open piece of shellfish is because we don't know how long it's been open. Maybe if you knew, like, they were open when I got home, or they were closed when I got home, and they were open, you know, right before I started cooking. You know, that's up to your discretion. I wouldn't suggest it, but that's totally up to you. I'm sorry if the mussels opened up. They're very sensitive to temperature. So if they were out of the ice or out of a cold environment for too long, they probably just kick the bucket. So my suggestion would be, again, Alyssa, to throw those away. Even I've got one here that's starting to open up as as I'm talking. So I'm gonna toss that out. Mussel's not super important. We got plenty of other seafood here. The shrimp are really the star, but yeah, again, guys, if they're open, best bet is to throw them out. Don't even chance it. Okay, moving on. Extra virgin olive oil. Got mine right here. I did not include anything in the bag, just in case anybody's wondering. You got to use your own. I use Cobra State. That's the best stuff. Moving through this. Pan, small pot to warm the shrimp stock. We already talked about that. You'll need some aluminum foil at the end to cover this thing. And I think that's it. All right, guys. It is time to do this. Dope. All right, so I'm going to put my seafood into the fridge right now to keep it cold because it doesn't want to be warm with us. Room temperature. Great. I suggest that you guys do the same thing. We're going to get into our mise en place, guys. We're going to get all of our things in place. We're going to do some knife work here. So join with me in the knife work party.
The prawns need to be cleaned or just rinsed?
Just rinse. You only need to rinse them, guys. Just rinse the prawns. And shout out to people who are still tuning in on the IG live for the actual instruction portion. Okay, so I'm using about half of the Romano beans, guys. Nothing crazy here. We're just gonna kind of tear out these little tips and tails. Yes. Yes, tear them off, tear them off. I'm gonna be moving kind of quickly here, guys, because we need to get this thing on the road. But if you have any questions, please just hop in the comments, IG, YouTube, wherever you're at. Hop in the comments. Ryan's gonna shout them out to me, and I will happily answer any questions you may have. With the Romano beans, I'm going to just cut them kind of on a bias. Nothing crazy. Maybe 3 pieces each, 4 pieces each. I used about half of my Romano beans. Everybody got about a half pound of those things.
Chef Abs, what's popping with you over there?
What's good, Abs? You following along, baby?
I'm here.
This is the longest I've been in your presence.
So you said hey, I know y'all be doing that bullshit. So I'm slicing these in 3 to 4, you said?
Yeah, 3 to 4 pieces. It's not really that serious. We're gonna cook the hell out of them, so it's not that serious. Romano beans. It says do tomato next, but I'm gonna do that last. Let's finish with the bustless knife. Work.
We got Callie in here. They want to do the best.
Hey,
What's
what
up,
up,
Callie?
Callie?
Is she gonna make an appearance? Is she gonna make an appearance on screen?
Some of y'all might not know this. I do have skills that did work on the line for some time now.
Hey, line cook boys. All right, guys. All right, well, I need you to move a little bit faster than that. You're going.
I'm ready, baby. I'm cooking. Let's go, baby. Fire.
All right. Yeah, now I get to shout out the instruction instead of you shouting.
I'm ready. I'm ready, sir.
All right, guys. We are moving on to our onion now. Let's cut this in a small dice. So just like, gonna do some vertical slices, a couple horizontal slices, and again, I'm going chef speed right now just to get this thing started. Follow at your own pace. Don't feel like you need to rush. This is supposed to be fun. Remember. All right. Nice little brunoise on those onions.
Brunoise game. You ever brunoise the onion before, Abs?
I-S-E. Onion's good. Put that on our mise en place plate. Look at this. Nice.
Some cut skills.
Rocky, you can't hear us? What's up, Rocky? Let me know.
What's Rocky out here talking about some bullshit?
Rocky said her audio was going in and out. We got to make sure she's not on that Cricket wireless internet.
Shit, tell her to get that Metro PCS phone out of here.
Okay, guys. Next up, garlic. When I'm cutting garlic, I like to take the little stem off. You can kind of tell where that's at, and then we're just gonna cut this into slivers. The reason that we're cutting this into slivers is because when we have a larger surface area on the garlic, it lowers the chance of it burning faster. So we are going to kind of beat this garlic up in the pan, so to speak. So we want to make sure that it's going to be able to hold it to the heat without burning, because burnt garlic will literally ruin the flavor of the whole dish. I'm cutting 4 cloves, guys.
And now, you said, are you dicing the garlic?
No dice, just slivers. So what you want to end up with is like little chips almost.
Okay.
Can we get that little chippy? Chip. That light's going stupid right here. Wow. All right, garlic's cut. Keep moving, guys. There she is.
Callie, up in here, yes.
We can maybe put our garlic next to the onion.
Okay.
Now let's get a thumbs up in the chat for Callie, man.
Oh, there she is. Okay, I see Callie.
A little round of applause in the chat for Callie.
Callie, we step back so we can see the dress.
She's jumping up to.
If you thought my outfit was loud, let's go, baby girl. Look at this.
We can't see it. We can't see it.
Came with all the entire string. Yo,
Oh, there it
She's
is.
ready for the Met Gala or something.
man, I'm like, yo, I need to step my game up.
What did she say? $4?
She said this was only $4. Yeah, she was shopping.
That
Yes.
thrift store lifestyle?
Apparently, she's down to save me money every once in a while.
That's what's up.
It's not a usual occurrence.
All right, guys, we finna roll up the grass, and we're gonna chop it up as well. So parsley, I like to like literally bunch it up. Like that. Okay, got a bunch. Bust it down. Stem and all.
Ball it up and bust it down.
Ball it up, bust it down. Thank you very much, Mr. Royster. Around, and we want to kind of bust this down pretty far. This is going to be our little garnish situation, our green, the herbs that were advertised on the menu. So, use a sharp knife, guys. Dull knife is just going to smash and bruise your parsley, and then all those essential oils will be left on your cutting board. If you don't have a sharp knife, I would suggest going to Crocker Cutlery, located in Sacramento. Tell him Byron sent you. He's got very sharp knives available.
You have a promo code?
No, not yet. I'm not on influencer status yet. I'm getting there though.
Tell people to go down there. Tell them they get a cut. Tell them they get a kickback for a brother.
Chef, did you cut all of your beans?
No, I didn't cut all of them, guys. If you have a larger pan, you probably will be able to fit all those beans. Smaller pan, let's just use half of them. Yeah, if we start overcrowding this pan, we're gonna really ruin the cooking time. So small pan, again, small pan, 10-inch pan, cut half your beans, use half your beans. Larger pan, go for it. You could probably fit all of them in there. Okay, parsley's done, guys. I dusted that down. And I'm gonna do a little cleanup real quick.
Guys, just in case you did not hear that, the seafood is in the fridge. We're keeping that cold right now.
Yes.
We're keeping that nice and chilled out.
How can I get on YouTube?
My car, passenger side, back door, on the floor. I need you to grab the grater.
I'm gonna take this with me.
Matt's gonna go grab my cheese grater while I clean up.
I can't hear you.
Are they live on YouTube? What's it called?
But we can still keep working, guys. People always ask me about this too. Why does he have a wet paper towel under his cutting board? The reason behind this, guys, is because it keeps my cutting board stable. It's a cool kitchen trick if you didn't know. You don't want to cut yourself. Excellent. Okay, moving right along here, guys. Tomato. So I said cut it and grate it first, but we're going to cut it in half through the stem. Okay, 2 halves now. Save 1 half. Take maybe like this little top off right here. And we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to keep everything even here, so we have even number of things. And we have 8 shrimp, I believe, so I'll do 8 slices of tomato. If your knife isn't super sharp, use a serrated knife, like a bread knife. Luckily, my knife is a laser. How we doing out there, guys? Hit me up in the chat. I want to know what's going on. I know we had a rough start today.
No, the tomato looks juicy as hell.
It's actually a little underripe actually. I purposely got some underripe ones because the underripe, the like thicker kind of texture is gonna hold up to that cooking process a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we're really gonna blast these things.
Abs, we got a question in the chat that said if your cooking style was a rapper, who would it be?
What did you say?
If your cooking style was a rapper, what would it be? Who would it be?
If my cooking style was a rapper, what would it be?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, it would be, let me think about Busta Rhymes. My shit would be spicy and loud.
Hey,
Just flavor in your mouth. That's what it would be. Add flavor in your mouth, right there. Busta Rhymes.
With the magic of television, guys, we now have a box grater. I didn't have one of these about 2 minutes ago. Next step. If you have a brand new cheese grater, take the plastic off.
We had to do that because Ryan Whitney Royster does not have a cheese grater.
The only reason I had to buy a cheese grater, you guys, is because we're at Ryan's house. And Ryan's house doesn't have a cheese grater. So I brought him one. Hopefully he actually uses this. You know, if he doesn't, whatever, who cares? Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna run it through the grater. Depending on your tomato texture, you're gonna have different result here. But basically what we're doing, guys, we're making like a tomato paste. So run it through that bad boy.
All right, we found a grater.
You don't need a ton of this stuff. We honestly probably won't even use all of the paste that is generated from this. But that's okay. This is like fresh tomato paste. Think of it that way. Get some of that red in there. Yeah. All right, you're really gonna just. The skin should not have gone through. Skin is garbage. It's not good to use. And that's what we're left with. A tomato paste of sorts, I guess you could say. We're going to use this to do a technique called pince, which we'll talk about later. Let's get this into like a bowl or something.
What if I can't find my tomato bridge? What do I do?
Oh, you could just kind of dice it up and just like just bust it down with your knife. You could also, if you have a food processor, you could just pop it in like a blender or a food processor real quick.
Okay.
We know you got that because we know you making protein shakes all day.
I do. You know, making shakes. I make shakes.
Throw it in the shake maker. Show it in the shake maker. Okay, guys. How are we doing in the chat? Let me know how you're doing. I'll give you a second to catch up here while I clean up. And I think that's the last of our Mise. Mise is short for mise en place. Yeah, I think we're good. Tomato, onion, garlic, Milano beans. We're good. And I don't even think we need the cutting board anymore. How we doing in the chat? Talk to me.
Somebody said they were hearing some feedback. Let me know if you're still hearing that.
Yeah, how's our stream looking, by the way, guys? Let me know in the chat too. I'm very curious. We have upgraded our hardware slightly, so we're hoping not to be experiencing some of the issues that we've been experiencing all damn season long. We are working on it though, guys. Trust me. Going to YouTube was one of my big, one of the big milestones for me. I've been trying to fight for this for a long time. Now we're finally here. We're still working through the technical difficulties in live, real time. So, Ab's about to bust down a tomato in the Nutri Whoop. There we go. Nicely done, sir. Okay, guys. I think we're ready to start doing this thing. I'm gonna let Abs get his tomato paste going. Get your seafood out. We'll probably need to crack a door, get some ventilation going, because our first step is gonna be searing pretty hard. We got that window open, please? Hey. All right, we got some ventilation popping. Can we get that? Maybe I'll even turn a little fan on back here. That's not gonna mess up the sound, right? Fan's not picking up? All right, let me know if you guys hear that fan on the in the chat, by the way. All right, you ready to start cooking, Abs? Okay, let's do this, bro. Tools you might need, guys, maybe a pair of tongs for this part. Other than that, nothing really. We're gonna get our heat on high here.
Heat on high, people.
Heat is on high. We're gonna start by searing our shrimp. The reason behind that is that we'll be able to get a nice color on one side. We're also no peel. Leave the shell on. The shell is big flavor. That's big flavor. So we don't want to lose any of that stuff. So reason behind this, I like to let my pan get hot first. Once I know my pan's hot, I kind of just turn off the heat, add my oil so I don't start a fire. And we're gonna use a good amount of oil, you guys. Especially if you have a new pan. I'm using that's easy like 3 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. Okay, heat goes back on. And remember, these paella pans, if you're using one, are mad thin, so that they're gonna conduct that heat super fast. So when we turn it on high, things are gonna happen quickly. So just be wary of that. Is this even today? Kind of need it to be even today. This is right?
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah. No. All right. Make sure you got an even surface too, guys. It's important. Okay. Oil smoking. Shrimp going. Don't fuss with them too much. Just get them in. I'm gonna spit at you. But again, we're searing. I'm using a small pan. I'm only really able to fit 4 or 5 at a time. No big deal. Maybe 6. So we're searing. We're gonna sear. The reason behind this, guys, obviously we're gonna cook them halfway on one side, get that nice color developed. But also what we're doing right now is we're building a ton of flavor inside of this pan. So these shrimp shells, the juices that are coming out of the shrimp, they're flavoring that oil. And if we're lucky, we're gonna get a little bit of fond on the bottom of the pan, which is those brown bits that get stuck to the bottom of the pan when you're searing stuff. That's big flavor. So we want to try and create as much flavor as possible before we put the rice in, because after that point, we can't really develop any more flavor. So let's get a hard sear on these shrimp. The next step will be adding the scallops, so you can just have those at the ready. Getting there. Getting there. You can even see the oil is starting to turn a little bit darker. That's good. Starting to see some color develop on those shrimp. Very nice. Okay. So I'm starting to see some color develop here, guys. That's good. I'm gonna start taking these out. I'll get my next meat in. And again, we're not trying to cook these shrimp all the way. We're just trying to start to flavor the pan, flavor the oil, so that when we build our sofrito, or just the kind of the flavor base of this paella, it's not just the flavor of onion or the flavor of garlic. It's gonna have the flavor of shrimp shells and the flavor of scallop and all these other wonderful things happening.
Chef Rocky wants to know where her heat should be.
Her feet?
Her heat.
Heat? Your feet should be on the ground and your heat should be at high. I have my heat at high. That's just how I'm rocking it. But really what we want to do is we want to be searing. So, if you have a nicer stove than I do, which is a lot of you probably do. This thing's a piece of crap. But if you have a nicer stove that puts out more flame or a higher flame or more BTUs, this will probably happen a lot faster than it's happening for me. Now let's get a close up in this pan real quick, if we could. See these little brown bits here? That's what we're talking about, the fond. This is like big flavor 101. Like these are the things like when you make a steak and you got all that brown bit at the bottom, or even anytime you're searing a piece of meat. That's big flavor, and we try and keep that and utilize that as much as possible. So I will show you in just a bit how we're gonna do that. Okay, shrimp are looking good. Got some nice color on them, guys. Our oil is starting to turn brown and nice. Now's the point we can get our scallops in. And we're really gonna go hard on these guys. Move around, make sure they're moving. And then we're just gonna let them be. Let them be. Let them chill, clean up a little bit from the searing action and the oil splatter. What? Water? The oil splatter is mad crazy. So again, guys, we're building flavor in this pan. Let's talk about paella for a second while we're searing our scallops. It's such an argument of traditional or non-traditional or whatever the hell. Who cares? If we were going to make a traditional Valencian paella, obviously, we would follow a certain guideline. But there's nothing traditional about this other than the fact that we are using the same technique and we're using the same kind of pan. I told you to crack them windows. Let's go.
Got to do the old wave a t-shirt by the fire alarm.
While Abs is getting his fire alarm off, I'm going to switch pans here. Actually, I'm running low on gas.
So my scallops have been here for a while. Should I take them out now?
Yeah, the scallops you want to develop a nice brown on them. We're actually going to break these up. Yeah, there we go. We're going to break these up with our cooking device. Tongs. If you're using tongs. So we're going to get some color on these and we're going to start breaking them up. Really what this is going to do, or what we're trying to do with this, is we're just trying to break them down and start the base of our sofrito. So don't worry about the scallops staying whole, guys.
Are the clams and mussels supposed to be open on the plate?
No, they're not, guys. Keep them cold if you can. Keep them as cold as possible. Again, if you knew that your clams and mussels were closed when you got home and they just now started opening, it's technically still fine to eat them. But if you're questionable at all about the the time at which they've been open, get rid of it. All right, starting to get some color here. I'm starting to see a lot more fond develop on the bottom of the pan. That's wonderful. We don't want to burn, guys. Keep moving. We don't want to burn them.
Just so we know, this is the first fire alarm set off in cooking history right now. This right here is the first.
High as you can. You got my shit in there smoking as fuck.
All right, we're smoky over here too, bro.
It's all good. It's all
Okay, guys, scallops got some nice color on them. I'm going in with onions, garlic. Nice. I'm actually getting a little hot over here, so I'm gonna turn that down. I just spilled some onion on my brand new acronym Prestos. Shoe of the year 2016.
What you got on the feet today,
Let's
Az?
do a heat check. You get a heat check? What you got on your feet right now, Az?
What do you got on the feet today, Az?
Hey, right now, let's see. Here we go. Hold on. Lady, do me a favor. I need you to hand me. Would you do me a favor? I need you to hold on to the camera. Give me a little tilt right there for the shoes. When I get a tilt. When I get a tilt. Wow!
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
So Steph is in the kitchen, bro?
Yeah, hey, listen, man. Listen, bro.
Oh.
That's true. All right, guys. Onions got a little cook on them, short saute. We can go ahead and go in with our tomato paste now.
Tomato paste going in.
Tomato paste going in, and we're gonna season here too as well, guys. Nice pinch of salt.
Are we sprinkling that salt over the paste or just in the pan?
Just in the pan.
Okay.
We're mixing. This is our sofrito. This is gonna be the base flavor of our paella. We can actually crank the heat down to about medium now, guys.
If you missed that step, Abs, paste went in and then we seasoned that paste with a nice pinch of salt.
I've turned my heat down to medium now, and I'm just gonna go through and just kind of break up all these little scallop guys.
So when I was in, like years ago, England and I went to, we were in Amsterdam, and we went to an incredible place that had 4 or 5 but they had just incredibly good paella. And one of the things that they did with the base, they made this base, and then they brought you the base as kind of an appetizer for like a dipping sauce with bread. So the actual dish came out.
That's crazy.
That sounds crazy.
I've never been served a dish that way before. Where they brought out kind of this base, and having seen the way you were preparing the tomato base, it really reminded me of how that dish came out.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the like one of the pillars of paella, or from my understanding and what I've learned through what I've read or what I've been taught, is that like this part, if we skip this part, or if we screw up on this part, or if we just skimp on flavor on this part, the whole dish, like it's gonna take, like this rice, like I said, it absorbs 3 times more liquid than a normal rice. So if the liquid that's in there is not heavily flavored, the rice is not gonna have much flavor to it either. So we have to keep that in mind. So our tomatoes cooking down nicely here, guys. You can see that. I just wanted to give it a little time in there. Get used to this motion too. This little shaky shake that we're doing, the shaky breaky heart. Towel, it might be a little warm, back and forth like this. We're gonna be doing that a lot. Get used to it. Okay, so tomatoes cooking down nicely. At this point, I'm going to add my spices. So I would like you to take out the saffron threads if you can find them. If not, no big deal. We'll just put them in our hand like this. Okay, over here. Saffron threads in hand. Let's get a close-up on the saffron technique, okay? Saffron threads are in hand. Here we go, Abs. See me? Okay, and we're just gonna take our finger and just crush, 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 and then into the pan.
Abs, make sure you see the saffron technique, Abs.
Saffron crush. We need to crush up our saffron.
Get my saffron popping right now.
And I'm gonna go in with like all this. I know my boy Ryan likes that flavor, so.
Bro, this
Sazon.
saffron is in there.
That's
It is in
sazon.
there.
Shout out
You
Erica
gotta dig it
Lopez
out,
one
man.
time.
Okay, guys.
With the sazon.
Spices are in. Tomatoes in there, cooked down nicely. Let's give it a little mix. If you're not a little scaredy, you can give this a taste right now. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be intense as hell. Nice. Oh man, it's so good. I'm just gonna go and try to break down my scallops a little bit.
Hey, can we get a real quick saffron motion for Alyssa real quick?
Saffron motion. Hand out. Saffron goes in. Finger like this. Close hand. Twist, 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 twist. And then that's it.
So
And you
instead
should
of
be
the-
breaking a sweat like this too.
So instead of the wrist motion, Alyssa, it's the
If you're
twist
not breaking
motion.
a sweat doing the saffron twist, then you're not doing it right, my dear. Okay, guys, our base is looking nice. It's smelling nice. Got our saffron in there, paprika's in there. Scallops are like starting to get all broken down, which is nice. We're gonna crank the heat one last time.
Melissa burned her pan, she said.
Oh no, guys.
I'm seeing a silver bottom. Did I just burn off the nonstick? Is what she said. I don't really know what that fully means.
I'm
But
not
shout out to
sure.
Melissa, my downstairs neighbor.
Send us a picture.
Yeah, send me a pic or something,
Send
Melissa.
it on IG or text us or something, and we'll try and troubleshoot that for you. Okay,
Or
so I got
run
my heat.
upstairs because you're just downstairs.
lives
right now.
downstairs.
She lives downstairs.
She might have to come through and eat some more.
Yeah, we might have to just make you one and bring you
Okay,
some.
guys, so I got my heat turned all the way back up. Our base is gonna start to caramelize on the bottom. I'm seeing these like little brown black bits. Okay, before it gets too burnt, let's get our warm stock. Oh, excuse me. We're missing a step. Sorry, guys. Pause. Heat goes back down. Rice. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys.
Medium.
Yeah, put it on medium. Let's get our rice in there.
What's up, Quinn? Quinn for the win. I tapped into some of Quinn's
Little hint
videos
of
this
olive
week.
oil.
Super positive, had me feeling right.
And we're just gonna give that a mix. We're gonna toast this rice, guys. Toast this rice. And let the sofrito and the rice become one. And let them just become, very nice friends in that pan. You can already see the rice is starting to pick up that tomato, that saffron. Scallops are nicely mixed in. The onions are nice and cooked down and caramelized.
Last
is
step
big
was all
flavor
about
in this
unity. So we were mixing together, making friends in the pan,
Yes.
ignoring their differences, and just
There's no
coming
difference
together.
between a piece of rice and a small scallop.
Nah.
They're both champion ingredients.
Hey, if we have a quick second, do we have a quick second right here to breathe?
Yeah, we can breathe.
If we have a quick second,
We're on low heat, guys. We're gonna stop, breathe for a second.
Abs,
Low
I
heat,
want
we're
you to
toasting the
drop
rice.
us a couple bars again about the Boys and Girls Club, because I know some people missed that, and it's super important, and I want to give them some love.
Locally here. So Kim Key is the director and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Sacramento. We met about 6 years ago when we opened up the Academy Training and Performance Center. I opened the back doors of the place, and the first thing I saw was the Boys and Girls Club. I felt like this is definitely the right place for us to be. The Boys and Girls Club was extremely instrumental in my life when I was a younger kid. So when I started going to the Boys and Girls Club, God, I'm dating myself. It was actually just called the Boys Club. And I think like in the late 80s, maybe early 90s, it became co-ed. The great thing about that place though, man, I learned how to play baseball there, I learned how to play soccer there, I learned how to play basketball for Boys and Girls Club. There was a study hall, so before you can even touch any of those things, you have to come to Boys and Girls Club directly after school, knock out study hall for like 30 minutes, and then you get a chance to play some mean-ass games of football where I would whoop somebody's ass just so okay? Ty Cloud, if you listen, I would whoop your ass and whoop the ball. Just so quick.
Very personal. Hey, Abs. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we got to talk about paella for just a second. Then we get back to whooping Ty's ass. Guys, okay, so our rice is getting nice and toasted before it starts to burn. Okay, let's crank the heat back up to like medium high, and we're gonna go for our stock. It should be warm. Now, if you have a small pan, all this stock might not fit. Let's find out. Make sure your heat's on in a good spot, nice and, you want to hear sizzle. Crank the heat up to high as soon as that liquid goes in. Uh-oh, we might be able to fit it.
Can we fit it? Oh, we're pushing the limits.
Oh!
Push it to the limit.
All right, guys.
I push and I
There it
push.
is. So we can fit a whole liter of stock in a 10-inch paella pan, which is dope as hell. Okay, we got the stock in there. Let's just give it a little mix. And what I'm doing with this spoon is I'm just scraping the bottom of that pan to get all those delicious bits off the bottom that we developed over the past few minutes of searing. We're just gonna. And it's totally fine to mess with the rice right now, you guys. But after a certain point, we are not going to touch this rice. I don't want you to mix it, stir it, or anything. Okay, now with your utensil, just kind of go in and just kind of move the rice around. And make sure it's even. It's kind of hard to tell with all the liquid on top. I think I'm losing gas here too.
Ooh, losing gas.
Is that rice going to expand?
Yes, the rice is going to expand. It's going to nearly like double in size, probably close to triple in size. I think I'm going to have to move to the stove because we're running out of gas, guys.
How long am I staying on high?
What's that?
How long am I staying on high?
Oh, we are on high until further notice at this point.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do here, guys, is we are going to bring this to a rapid boil. Let me get my stovetop actually on real quick. We're gonna bring it to a rapid boil, and we are going to boil. And the idea behind this is to evaporate that liquid off as quick as possible and get this cooking process going as fast as possible. But it's also doing a few things. So it is going to help us get crisp on the bottom, and it's really imparting that flavor of the broth into the paella a lot, like in a more intense way. So here we go. Let me not spill this all over the place.
Let's try to get to that back eye if we can for a GoPro view.
The back one?
Yeah.
I can't use this one? This is our strong one. Can I just move the camera?
Yeah, let's adjust the cam.
Let's just adjust the cam. Let's see.
Let's see if we can get y'all that view.
No? Is that a bad view? Hey, there's the squad, you guys. Okay, you guys can't see it. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to use the back camera or the back one, huh? I don't want to use the back one.
Alright, fine.
Mags is rapid boiling. Good, Mags. Keep it popping.
Rapid boil, guys. I think I can use the back one. I'm just fucking with it. All right. So we're going to try and bring this to a rapid boil, you guys. We're going for a rapid boil, and we're going to boil. It should take about, I would say, somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes, depending on the strength of your heat source. And what we're looking for, the next, step that we're looking for is for that liquid to have reduced down below the level of the rice. So that's like the next point at which we're going to do anything else. Depending on how you like your vegetables to be cooked, if you like them to be a little bit more crunchy, you can throw them in later. I'm going to put my Romano beans in now, though. Again, it's totally up to you. Put these bad boys in. I'm getting that other burner hot so we can use it too.
Abs, what's going on in your pan? Can we get a view of a shot of your pan?
My pan, yes.
Yeah, the people need to know what kind of business is popping.
Boom, there we are.
Nice.
See how I'm looking over here?
Okay.
I think we're gonna call this one Paella Sacramentana.
I like it.
Sacramentiana.
I like it.
Bust down Sacramentiana. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup. Okay, so Abs, tell us more about Boys and Girls Club. I'm curious about this. I feel like I've known you, but I don't know these parts of you, man, and I want to hear more of this stuff.
It's, that I can tell you everything that I do in life now in some way was influenced by the Boys and Girls Club. That love for music and dance. I learned break dancing. We used to have like the most epic break dance battles at the Boys and Girls Club, right? So that love for music that still spills into and entertainment still spills into my life now with All City Riders, and then physical fitness, playing sports, like all of these things I was introduced to the Boys and Girls Club and by my parents. So I was really lucky to be able to go to a space that that like fostered that type of feeling in young people. That gave you a space to be creative. One of the things that I told people, we had this guy named who was our baseball coach. He did soccer as well. But what he would do was something that like that I didn't realize would have an impact on my life until years later. He would bring in people from our neighborhood who owned local businesses. Right, and every once in a while you would see somebody that you knew that you would bring up that person's place, and all they would do was just talk about like their business, how they got open, and just knowing people in it. I think what he was trying to do is he was trying to introduce us to the people of our community. But I think what he was also trying to do was show us that like there are ways for us to be successful in life without having to be football, baseball, basketball players, singers, dancers. Like there are other ways for you to be successful in life. There are other ways for you to be able to impact people's lives. And this, for me, was really important because as I got older, I realized that impact that it had on my life. It gave me a sense of community. When I go now, or when I start to go more into the stores, instead of me just going into the store, buying what I buy, I would actually have a conversation in these places because I had a relationship with them now. So those small things, those small things help me, I think, figure out how I want to navigate through life and then how I want to be perceived as a business owner, and also what I wanted to give to my community as a business owner. So I'm very fortunate for what is the best thing.
Beautiful. That's dope, man. That's dope. It's an amazing organization. We're glad that we get to tap in a little bit to help out. I know that the Powered by the People campaign, supported them a little bit as well too. So I'm just happy. I'm just glad that what you were able to do and learn from them, you were able to take and use to bring full circle to support them again later, in life. And that's an amazing thing. And I really do appreciate that. Kim, I know you're out there cooking the paella with us, so we appreciate you. And we just hope that we know that the kids aren't. I don't believe the kids are in right now, right, with COVID. But I hope whatever we raised here help support those youth as much as possible. So again, Abs, I'm glad that you chose this specific nonprofit to support because they do so much good work for the community and it's meaningful. So shout out to Kim, shout out to Boys and Girls Club, and shout out to you, Abs, for picking them.
I couldn't think of a place that's like, I guess, more dear to my heart, and also a place that's like more deserving. It's difficult for them to be able to raise funds. Sometimes they are one of the forgotten groups. But Boys and Girls Club is an incredibly instrumental place in the community during the COVID time. Kim was out there getting families that needed goods, food, supplies for the kids to be able to keep themselves busy. So anything that we can raise that goes back to this group, it goes directly into the community. So this is a way for us to be able to affect our community right away. So yeah, I'm happy to be able to be a part of this.
Dope, man. That's awesome, man. Let's get a quick check-in on our paella, guys.
Let's get a paella check.
Let me see yours, Ab. Show me what you're working with.
All right, here we go. I got a good boil going right now.
Yeah,
Put your face up.
Are we reducing too?
Oh yeah. Remember, guys, the next step that we're looking for is for the liquid to be below the level of the rice. It will happen. That's why I said prepare an anecdote. Get ready. This part is we're just kind of chilling. One thing we do want to be thinking about though is our pan, and every few minutes I like to just kind of come in and give my paella a little shake like this.
Just a little shake. Shaken, not stirred, though. We're on that James Bond paella right now.
I don't know if you guys caught that in the comments. We are not stirring. Don't stir your paella. Don't stir your paella. Don't stir the paella. Don't stir the paella. Don't touch the rice. You touch the rice, then the rice starts to release the starch, and we lose the paella quality. It's gonna become risotto at that point, right? So it's very, 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 very important not to disturb the paella too much. A little shake.
Oh, you said stir it?
Little shake
No,
like
don't
that.
stir, Abs. Do not.
Abs, quit playing, bro.
This is that James Bond martini paella, man. Shaken, not stirred.
Shaking.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that bubbling up. I said, man, that shit is good. Oh my
The
God.
bubble up.
Okay, guys, we're getting
I
there.
feel good about mine. Mine is looking confident. So I
Okay,
feel good
dope.
about what's going on with my dish right now.
Okay, so again, some of you guys, we have all kinds of different factors in play right now, guys. So some of you guys have larger, wider pans, which this process is going to happen a lot faster. Some of you guys have the short pan or whatever. Some of you guys have gas ranges, electric ranges, induction, whatever it may be. We all are dealing with different factors here. So what we're looking for again is for the level of the liquid to be below the level of the rice. The rice should be peaking above, like you should be able to see the rice above the liquid, basically. At that point, if you've made it to that point, you can start layering in your seafood, layering in your shrimp, layering in your clams and mussels, and again, just letting it do its thing. We don't need to touch this. We don't need to be messing with this. We want to keep this. We want to keep the starches from being disturbed too much in that rice. So we're gonna let it do its thing. Let it do its thing.
Abs, I want to talk a little bit about, man, we all just went through that quarantine period. I know I was struggling to do the at-home workout thing and stay right. I know that the academy is back open. Tell us a little bit about what you guys got going on at the academy and what you guys are doing to keep people safe, but also get us back healthy and in shape.
So during that time, it was difficult because obviously we were closed. So, excuse me, what we offered was we offered online training, we streamed workouts. We did that 5 days a week. After we got through that, excuse me, after we got through that 3 months or so of being quarantined, we continued to offer, 1 class a week for streaming, while also opening our doors like soft. So instead of jumping right back into it with a full group, we started out with just personal training with our trainers, clients, just to give us an idea of how we could ease everyone else back into the gym. And now we find ourselves a month into this. We are, it's strange, man. Some people feel comfortable, other people don't. We are trying our best to try to keep people safe with information that you're given. You can only do what you can with that information. And as strange or as ridiculous as that sounds, it's kind of what it is. Like, it's an ever-changing situation from day to day. I think that fortunately the gym that we have, we've got a big space. We have a lot of fresh, open air that's able to kind of circulate throughout the space. So we feel comfortable having people in there. What we try to do is make sure that we are limiting the amount of people that are in there. We're limiting some of the exercises that we've previously done. So we just give people the space to be able to move around and to feel comfortable. But exercise is going to be key for a lot of us to keep our mental stability. I know for myself personally, going through that 90 days, if I hadn't continued to get up at 3:45 every morning, make it to the gym by 4 o'clock, and just do what was normal to me, I don't know where I would be now. There's all of us went through some sort of mental strain. I won't say that I didn't have some sort of mental strain during that time, but I think it was far more manageable, considering I was able to continue my routine throughout that time, or at least parts of my routine. But we're happy to be open. We're happy to be able to offer people that space that gave them a space to be able to get rid of their stress, and then to try to get back into some bit of normal.
Let's go, man. All right, guys. We're gonna switch back to paella talk for a little bit here.
All right, so my rice is up.
We're
I
seeing
just
rice?
tasted my rice too.
This is what I'm looking like.
It's
right
almost
now.
there. We need to get I need to get my seafood in there.
y'all secret on here now?
All right, you want to come check this out? All right, so I'm gonna take it off the heat for a second. Just gonna start layering these bad boys on there.
You're taking the paella pan completely off the heat.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off the heat just so I have some time to work with it, you know, and I don't have to worry about it cooking too much. Just gonna place all these bad boys.
Alyssa, once we see rice, then we're adding our seafood,
Add
correct,
your
chef?
seafood, yes. And guys, important to add the seared side up so we get that raw side down. Man, these are freaking massive. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to fit them all.
Rocky, what's going on, girl? Rocky, we're going shrimp in,
Shrimp in, make it look nice.
seared side up,
Clams
raw
in.
side down. Then we're going clams in.
Clams in. Man, if you got a 10 ounce, a 10 inch pan is a little bit small for these shrimp, I think.
Guys, give yourselves a round of applause because this is like 180 people
Now, do I
cooking
wanna take
paella.
that little bit of flavor that is sitting at the bottom of my shrimp on top? Should I just leave that
No, yeah. Leave that liquid, toss that out. Okay, so I've added my seafood, you guys, and now I've turned the heat down to medium. We're going to let this ride for like maybe 5 or 6 more minutes. Let the rice kind of finish cooking in there. Let a little bit more of that liquid evaporate off. We're also cooking our shrimp, clams, mussels, etc. They should start to open up pretty soon here. That steam's really going to get them going. Again, guys, this is like simple stuff. I tried to fit all 8 shrimp in there. Just was not going to happen. This is not going to happen. I guess if we took the heads off, you might be able to do that. You guys are brave enough to take the heads off. You could easily fit them. I think I'm gonna do that.
Guys, let's get some thumbs up. Let's get some check-ins in the chat. Again, this is no easy feat. We are literally like almost 200 people cooking paella right now. So this is going down. This is the real deal. This is a journey into the mind of Chef Byron Hughes, who thinks he can get 200 people in Sacramento to make paella.
So much on it.
This was like
This was Abs, and this is me going, hey, just Abs and Byron, y'all just talk. I'm good. I don't need to worry about what you guys doing. I come back and we got the whole city making paella.
Yeah. Yo, that was like. So when Abs told me paella, I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then I told it to Ryan. He's like, bro, what? We have to do what? We have to sell pans? We have to do all this? He was like, I don't know if it's gonna work, bro. But shout out to you, Sacramento, for helping me prove
Y'all are dope.
my idea right. Like people will still come out to do even the harder dishes. Like this to me is on the same level as when we did risotto. If any of you guys were there for that.
And that was what we were telling people that was our hardest one. But real quick question for Chef.
Yes.
How do they know when the shrimp are done?
How you know when the shrimp are done? Good question. Because these shrimp don't turn color as much as a typical, shrimp that we're used to seeing in the United States. But we're gonna get them done. We'll do something that's gonna ensure them being finished for sure. But I guess if you really wanted to check, you could just look behind the head right here. Let's just take off a little bit. You'll be able to see the meat in there. Just like any other shrimp, the meat turns white, bright white when it's finished. So just let it do its thing. Let's give this another little shake.
And my play auntie Wanda Brown was asking, is the heat going to cause the mussels to cook? Yes, I said play auntie.
Absolutely.
We got that in the black community.
There's
we got
a little bit of
play
steam is going to help. And don't forget, we're going to cover this afterwards too,
Play
you
aunties.
guys. So there will be plenty of steam and heat generated with this. Now's a good time to get some foil.
Reynolds, don't be in here with that bullshit.
Don't use plastic wrap because that's not going to work. How's everybody doing out there? Ooh, I found a ruler.
Man, we need to help Rocky. Rocky talking about send help, man.
Send help. Oh no.
Hey, Rocky. Listen, just so y'all know, I came from my girl out here like this. I love you, right? But I wonder about what's popping in that kitchen. I really want to know. All right?
I don't know why
Really?
that's cooler.
Chef, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Okay? If the question is posed to you, here's the conversation. We're having chicken for dinner tonight, okay? We're having chicken for dinner tonight. And I say to you, how are you making the chicken? What's the answer? Whatever answer you come up with, what's the answer? How are you making the chicken?
Well, I would offer a counter question. What cut of chicken do we have?
Let's say we got chicken thighs. We got some chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs.
Boneless thighs. How are you making the
Boneless. Oh.
Bone in.
All right, bone in. Thank you. Skin on.
Skin on.
Skin on boneless chicken thigh. My favorite cut of chicken. We are going to season it heavily with salt, and we're going to get that skin nice and crispy in a cast iron pan, and we're going to finish it in the oven. That's how we're doing it.
And so you're baking it.
We are, we're going to start it on the stove, start at a medium high heat, get a nice sear on that skin.
I asked the chef a question. Basically, the answer I'm looking for is you're going to tell me how you do it. Fried, baked, or whatever else, right? That's how you would typically answer that question.
It's a two-step process,
When I asked this person how they were making it, she just told me she put the seasoning on. She didn't tell me nothing else until that. Okay? So, you can see why I was confused. I'm like, okay, what comes next?
Okay.
All right, am I putting my foil on now?
Yeah, so guys, what you need to do is you need to get in there and taste your rice. I just tasted mine. I'm using a 10-inch pan. So just move one of those shrimp aside. Taste that rice. If it's done, then we're good. If it's not done, just let it keep rocking on that medium. Move your shrimp back. And if it is done, we have one last step. We are going to crank the heat all the way up to high. What are we doing right now? Right now we are developing what's called the socarrat, or the crispy bottom that's on the paella. This is like what the Spaniards go crazy for, right? So, and what pretty much everybody loved about paella. So we're gonna crank that heat all the way up to high. Because we've evaporated off all that liquid, all that water, what's left in the bottom of the pan is a lot of fat and a lot of starch. So when it comes in contact with high heat, fat and starch fry, like frying chicken with flour and hot oil, or anything where that contains starch and hot fat. It's gonna fry, it's gonna get crispy. And so we're gonna turn this thing up to high. If you have a gas range, it's gonna happen way faster for you. But me on this little Ryan Oyster electric range
Tries to hate. My place is nice too.
He's
Pull
still
up.
my man, still.
Anybody who wants to pull up, pull up. The place is nice.
It's a nice place. Don't get me wrong.
Like
guys.
it's a full studio
Don't get me
right now.
wrong.
Get my
It's
rug
not
real quick
it's
on
not
the
ready
IG at
for-
least. Get
it's
my
not
rug.
ready
My
for
rug
her.
is fire. It's a vibe in here, man. It's a vibe in my place. We ain't gonna do this. We're not doing this tonight.
You know what?
Had a long week, man.
It's okay. Ryan's not down with the kitchen slander today.
We have tomato and parsley questions.
Yes, tomato and parsley. We're gonna get those in just a second. Actually, we can put them in now. We can put the tomatoes in now. Layer them in, guys. However you like. I'm gonna put them under the shrimp heads. Now remember, we're on high right now. I'm on high on the electric stove. If you're on high on a gas range, it's probably happening pretty quick. But you'll hear it start to crisp at the bottom. You'll hear it. It won't be as much. You'll even smell it. You'll smell it too. This smoke that's coming up, I know that's from burning rice, so that's a good thing.
So they should not be afraid of a little burning rice?
No, we're trying to develop burnt on the bottom actually. So go for it. All right, guys. So my rice is done. I've got my tomatoes in. I'm gonna cover this with some foil. Careful, watch your fingers.
Did we take it off the heat? Then
Yeah,
cover
we're
it
off
with
the
foil?
heat. We're off the heat.
Off the heat and
Off
then
the
cover
heat.
with foil.
Cover with foil. Get it as tight around as you can.
Melissa, shout out to Kensington. I know they tried to hate on us. My downstairs neighbor's cooking with us right now. She heard the slander. She has the same stove. Man.
It's just, when you come from 10 years of working in front of gas burners, there's no substitute.
And full transparency, I didn't have any foil. And I just ran downstairs to my other neighbor, Kate, and she blessed us with some foil.
Okay,
And
guys,
that's
so
how we do over
I
here.
have covered this thing with foil. I'm gonna put a towel over it as well. And we're just gonna let this chill while we discuss other different topics with our loved ones. What we're doing is we're finishing the cook on that shrimp, just letting it all just kind of marry together and be a happy family inside the pan. We'll check this in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, hey guys, I wanted to tap in with you guys real quick. We're in season 2, this is episode 4, and I wanted to say a special thank you. Next week, we are actually launching in the Bay Area, our full Bay Area launch, and that could not happen without the huge support of Sacramento. This is where we're from, this is where we live, this is where we wanted to build our brand, build our audience, and really connect with people in a time where I know people needed connecting with, right? We're forced apart, and we wanted to find a way to bring people together and to see the same people coming back week after week, as well as new people coming in, the thousands of dollars that we've raised for charity, the meals that we've been able to donate to people in need. That's all because of you guys. We're glad that we have been able to be a conduit from which you guys did your giving, and that's been special for us to be able to do that. But we are coming for you, Bay Area. Next week, we have a fire partnership, 2 fire partnerships that we will be announcing soon. Of course, nothing will change for our Sacramento family. You guys are the family, you guys are the base, but we're gonna keep spreading this and bringing more people together. You guys have gave us great feedback about the food, and that's amazing. But really, the magic is in the vibes. The magic has been in people coming together in a time where we've been forced apart. We're cooking together, we're breaking bread together, we're sharing conversations, and we've all really needed that right now. Not only the pandemic, but what's been going on throughout our country. Unity has been the key. We've tried to make that a key theme and just keep bringing more and more of that. You guys have tapped in. We did an interview yesterday, and we were just talking about how, you know, the cooking was not even a part of our plan. It wasn't even what we had to bring to you guys as far as what me and Byron built as a brand and a business model for Last Supper Society. And when the pandemic hit, we were like, you know what, we're gonna tap in with Sacramento, and we're going to try to keep it moving. We're not gonna hit the pause button, and we just let kind of that commitment to making this happen push us out of a plane, and we just had our creativity as a parachute, and the Cook-In was born. And that's how the Cook-In was born, and we are like 15 weeks strong. Right now we have almost 200 people tapped in eating tonight, you know, and that's amazing. So I just wanted to take this time to say thank you. We've had amazing guests. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to my boy Abs, who's tapping in with us right now. This is a big one for me. I've been waiting to get him on, and even though we had some missteps at the beginning, we're here and we're doing this, and we got paella popping. I can't wait to take this foil off, and let's get back to it. That was my sentimental moment. Back to thug life now.
Back to
thug life. Back to cooking. Love y'all.
Cheers. Cheers to that, man.
Cheers to that too. Yeah.
Get some more vino.
Let's get a cheers in the chat. I'm back in the chat, y'all. I'm back in the
Y'all gotta leave
chat.
a shot with drinking.
Hey.
What? Like this?
Yeah, I'm about to look for some water.
Hey, I could probably use some water, but I'm gonna just ignore that need right now. I'm gonna stick with this.
Okay, guys. I think I'm
wine.
ready to do the reveal. Grab your families. Grab your loved ones. Grab your parsley. Yeah, grab your parsley.
Hey, all right, let's go inside.
Mags is asking about are the clams gonna open from this heat?
Yeah, your clam should be opening out, guys.
I'm getting back in this chat, and it's wild in here right now.
What's happening in the chat?
The foil, yes, the foil got added. We got some love for my neighbor Kate. What else we got here? No, Alyssa, I'm not slandering my own kitchen. I make magic in here without Byron. so y'all know. Mags, yes, the clams are going to open from the heat for sure. Play Auntie Wanda showing love. We love you back. We love everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, cheers to that lemonade that you stole from your daughter.
Open, 2 clams. Uh-oh. All right. Guys, if your clams didn't open like some of mine did, we're gonna fix
Rocky's
that
been
really
sipping
fast.
wine. That explains the call for help and her pushing through to also.
Okay, guys,
Both.
we're gonna get a little ghetto here. Some of our clams didn't open all the way. We're gonna fix that really fast. Hot pan, high heat. Get it over there. Get some liquid. We're gonna use water.
So are we going to give that advice if some people's clams did not open all the way?
Yeah, guys. If some of your clams did not open, not a problem. Some of mine open. Happens sometimes. But we're gonna get this pan over a high heat with our clams inside. Get that nice and hot, and then we're gonna add a little splash of water, cover it, and they should open up just fine. No big deal. Let's get a lid. Let's get a cover back on top of our paella while we're doing this, if you need to.
Oh, Mags and Rocky are on the struggle bus together. You guys need to pull through. Teamwork.
Hey, look at. Even the chef is over here on the struggle bus with the clams too, guys. I'm right there with you. Let's get another piece of foil on there if our clams didn't open. We want to keep that stuff nice and warm. We got struggle bus clams coming up in about 2 minutes. Clams opening? Yeah. Yep.
Now, I didn't miss the garlic drop.
Oh, you missed your garlic? Yeah, the garlic went in with the onions inside of that tomato-y, scallopy situation.
So I missed it. So
Yeah, you missed
can
that.
I saute this on the side?
Absolutely. Get it how you live. All right, pan's hot. Water. Just a splash. Oh, we'll probably get a lid too. Can we find a lid? Probably not, 'cause we're at Ryan's house.
What are you looking for?
Lid. I found it. I got it. All right, pan's hot. Little splash of water. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Cover it. I guess the pan wasn't that hot. Cover it, let them steam, open up. We'll be fine. We're actually gonna have some flavored clam liquid too. All right, get your parsley next to you. I got a little extra olive oil that I'm gonna drizzle over mine. I think we might have went a little light on the saffron too.
We could have got more saffron?
Yeah, we could have gave a little bit more saffron on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see a little
Note
bit more
to
yellow
self.
color in there. But that's okay. Steaming.
Yeah, Max peeled the shrimp early. We covered that. She lost a little flavor, but I think Rocky was there for her to sprinkle some flavor back in, I believe. So it's teamwork. Makes the dream work.
All right, clams opening up.
Hey guys, and remember, we called this the live cooking at the crib for a reason. We're cooking at the crib.
We're cooking at the crib.
We're cooking at the crib. We're
We're
making paella at the crib.
This is crazy. More than a few missteps happened today, guys. Wow, but we are almost there. We are almost there to the end of paella glory. My clams are open.
And real quick, guys, we're gonna go to the plate here pretty soon.
Oh, we're in the plate.
We're going to the plate. So what we are going to do here is what we do every week and make sure that before you dig in to your food, we're going to plate this thing so beautifully that you're gonna have to take a picture of it. Then you're gonna have to post it. You're gonna have to tag Last Supper Society. You're gonna have to use hashtag the cook-in. You know what? Also tag the Abs Oneer in there so he can see it. And we're gonna pick a winner. Whoever has the most beautiful paella wins dinner on us next week. and it's going to be crazy next week. So you really want to win free dinner next week.
Oh man, can we talk about it? Are we not allowed to talk about it?
Are we allowed to talk about it? Are we going to give it to him? We'll give him at least. Are we going to give him a hint or give it to him? We'll give him a little whoop whoop with it. So I'm not going to tell you who the partners are, but we're stepping into the ramen game next week.
Holy moly.
We're doing a very special ramen. We got cocktails for you. We got everything you need, really, on a Friday night.
Hint, hint.
So we got everything you need, and we're not going to give you any more than that. Shout out to my girl Jo. I'm not going to tell you who Jo is, but shout out to my girl Jo because she's fire. But back to the plating. We're going to the plate. Take a picture of it. Tag us. Use hashtag #TheCookIn. Tag at Last Supper Society. We want to see it, whether it's a beautiful mess or a masterpiece. It's going to taste fire regardless, but we want to see it. Tag it. Dinner on us next week for the best one. Love you.
All right, guys. The final component. Parsley's going on.
Check the height on that sprinkle too. If
Yeah,
your
I'm making
height's
a
not
mess. I
up, don't be
care.
afraid
I
of
don't live
heights.
here.
Don't be afraid of heights on your parsley sprinkle.
Parsley goes on, and I'm just gonna finish mine with a little drizzle of olive oil, a little extra fat on there.
Hey, this is a pretty healthy meal, but just in case this adds a little extra calories, Abs got you. Abs will work you right back.
There you go.
That without a problem.
And I think that's it, guys. We're done. This is paella, Sacramento style.
Sacramentana.
7 a.m. Just jump right on with me. It's outside park for this workout.
Hey, we're calling it. So we're going take a picture right out the pan. Straight out the pan.
Straight out
Fresh
the pan.
out the frying pan into the fire, bita.
And if you need some instructions on how to eat this, I will show you.
You want plate? You want
Oh
bowl?
no, he's good. He's good. All right. You hungry?
Hey, before you bust this down, you guys better take a picture of this. This
Get
looks
photos.
beautiful. We want to see it. We need a picture of ours too. We need a picture of ours.
Yeah, y'all like this.
Yeah. Let's get a nice pic. Let's get that beauty shot.
All right. Yes, sir.
Abs, you got your you got the real cam out. Okay. Let's get all these pics. Let's get all of this in there.
That's fire.
And the wide, we should get a good shot on this.
Yeah, get that real shot. You're not allowed to win though, Abs. You're not allowed to win. We'll give you your props, but that's where it
I
stops.
just want people to be mad when they see my plate, especially.
All right, guys. Here we go. So serving. So I'm gonna get a little.
Auntie
shrimp.
Wanda, you gotta send us that pic. We gotta see it.
Get a little clam on them. And the trick here.
Melissa,
is
come
to
upstairs
get
in a minute
down
and
to
come
that
eat some of
middle,
ours.
That center middle, where we develop that socarrat, that crispy bottom. Not a soft bottom, but a crispy bottom. And we're literally gonna drag our spoon and get some of that burnt rice. on
Drag
there.
that spoon. Get some of that
Drag
rice.
it from the middle out. Middle out, guys.
Abs does it all, man. Abs does it all. They said what doesn't Abs do? Abs does it all. What
I'm using the wrong kind of spoon here.
kind of spoon you need, man?
I need a chef spoon. There we go.
Rocky's is popping. We need to see this pic, Rocky. So we need. Oh, we're going. Are we going double plating with it?
Hey, just so you know, I just got a phone call from Aioli, and apparently Rocky put the corner.
Rocky's.
Picture she put up.
Oh no.
See,
We're gonna have to pay Rocky for all these times we mentioned her tonight. So we gotta.
All right, I think that's good for me, you guys. Everybody's all
Rock,
fine.
hey, Rock, I need to see a picture, girl. Bring plates
I'm
up.
calling it. There it is, guys.
Hey, let's get a shot. So we got our shot off the pan, and now we got the plate re-up too. We got the plate re-up. Yeah,
Make
throw
sure,
that
guys,
on the ground.
Make sure. Let's get a little close up on the scrape technique too.
Hey, let's get a close up on the scrape technique.
So
Scrape
we're
motion.
gonna start here, and we're going to scrape out with our finger kind of pushing down, so we get that crispiness on the bottom. And each plate, each serving should have a little bit of that crispy bit on the bottom. Make sure everybody gets a piece of that. Have some salt on the side. Maybe you like a little bit more salt on your plate. Other than that, a little bit more fat. Other than that, guys, that's it. Cheers. It's been one hell of a day. Thanks for rocking with us through all technical difficulties. Very grateful for you guys being here. Ryan's going to join me here in a second. I don't know if anybody caught the kicks.
Don't get mine.
Not
'Cause
mine.
Your
Not
boy's
mine. I'm
toes
talking
are
about-
out
I'm
right
talking
now.
about
Don't get mine, 'cause your boy's toes are out. I'm Zoom chic. I call it Zoom chic, where people don't know what's going down on the bottom. Yeah, quarantine cozy, Zoom chic. My toes is out right now. Hey, but in all seriousness, thank you guys so much. This was a labor of love. We always are going to push the limit. Having 180 people make paella at the crib is a crazy idea to even think up. We hope all of your guys' looks beautiful, tastes even better. I'm going to take this plate to my downstairs neighbor for always tapping in with us, and she said she burned her pan up. I'm going to go make sure her house isn't burned up too. But hey, you guys, tap in with us next week for season 5. It's going to be really special. It's Sac meets the Bay. We love you guys. You guys built this foundation for us. You guys built this base for us, and we're expanding out. We're 4 weeks away from LA right now, expansion. So we just love you guys, and we appreciate you. We appreciate all that you guys do for us. And remember, and I'll say it again, when you tap in with us, you're tapping in with the community. Every week, a portion of proceeds and meals are going to people who really need them, and organizations who are doing way more than us. And that is no small feat. You guys give yourselves a round of applause, show yourselves love. Cheers, dig into this paella. This was a party, so I hope you guys get some music on. I hope you guys enjoy with your loved ones the paella party. Thank you, Bryan, for tapping in and suggesting paella off top. You were like, we doing paella. I'm glad I wasn't on the call, because I had vetoed all of this. So I appreciate. I'm glad that my 2 creative homies were on a call without me shutting it down. So I love you guys. Abs, you're my family. You're my big bro. Keep doing what you do. Cheers that lemonade you stole from Lady and Cali. And it's all love. Peace.
Cheers, guys.
Before
Yeah.
I go, I really have to tell you two how proud I am of you, how creative and how beautiful I think this show is. You two guys have just, Byron, you're an amazing chef. I have been blessed to be around you and eat the amazing meals that you come up with. So I love you. I love you, Ryan. My man Ryan, you come up with 2 of the most amazing shows in a short period of time. And I've been fortunate enough to be a part of both of those in a small capacity, but just you involving me in your creations. I thank you guys. I love what you guys are doing. I'm about to get into this paella. So, man, thanks for having me. I love you guys.
Absolutely, man.
And all y'all at home, man, shout out for doing this. Thank you guys for helping the Boys and Girls Club. You guys are really going to help out a bunch of amazing young men and women, so we appreciate you all.
Absolutely. Hey, Last Supper Society signing off from season 2, episode 4 of The Cook-In. Shout out Abs, shout out the Academy, shout out All City Riders, shout out Good Bottle and all our peoples. Shout out you guys, the paella party. I'm digging in.
So,
Peace.
apron's coming off.